See you licking frosting from your own hands.
Morning, drinking their coffee, getting the kids together, dropped off, going to school, on the way to work, whatever you're doing, we're always wishing you a good time. I am here with Ronnie, Alex, and myself, Marcellus. It is Friday, which means the weekend is coming up. You guys have any big plans for the weekend?
I'm just gonna go hiking again. I think I'm on a hiking kick.
Oh yeah, you said hiking on Sunday, huh? Are we? Is that happening? Are we doing
that?
that?
Get a whole group of people to go. Yeah.
Yeah, I'm excited, man. The big trees. I love the big trees. I love nature. Period. I love nature. Period. So, if we could go, like, what I want to do is like find some rocks to climb on. Just like find something exciting and edgy to do. Like, oh, we may get really hurt, but at the same time, we may have an adrenaline rush and have a great time. You like doing stuff like that, or you just stay on the trail and stuff? Stay safe.
No, I like to veer off a little bit, and I do. I like to climb a little bit and explore. So I'm actually looking forward to that myself. I hope that others will be and or are patient with me while I go venture off and explore just a little bit. So I'll find a place for them to like maybe rest if they don't really want to do all that. But like in a place where we'll rest or something, I'll venture out.
You know what I want to do? I want to bring some rope. Rope.
What are you gonna need the rope for?
Because like when you're out there and like, okay, say we're rock climbing or doing something really that we probably shouldn't be doing. Sometimes to get over to the next rock or to the next something, you need some rope, and that's real spill.
Yeah, but I don't have the experience of knowing what to actually attach it to, and wouldn't there need to be somebody on the other side in order to anchor it down?
See. And that's where you know what I'm saying? That's where it gets fun. Yeah. That's where it gets fun. I mean, you don't need to be a rocket scientist to figure out how to use your rope to help you. You know, there's no rules. Just however it can help. And sometimes it's a little help. I'm not saying like climbing trees and all this, you know, hanging down and with the rope. I'm just saying like little stuff like, oh man, you know, maybe I couldn't reach like 3 inches to the next spot. So I just use some rope to help me out.
Okay. Well, that would be interesting.
It's extreme. It's extreme, I know.
So this weekend I'm looking forward to doing that. And, you know, it's a 3-day weekend. It's Labor Day weekend. So, you know, hopefully we can give you guys some good safety tips if you don't already have them in the back of your mind.
I didn't even know that. It's Labor Day weekend?
Yes, it is.
Wow. The year went by so fast.
People are going to be heading out camping and, you know, lots of barbecues.
Comedy shows, I'm positive. Comedy. Get your comedy, folks.
Yes. Well, yeah. Well, you can probably share some comedy like out there. I don't know. You never know where you can catch comedy shows. I don't really know what's going on.
Speaking of comedy shows, I have no idea what's going on this weekend either. But the 21st of September is the Laughs on the Ave. Come get your dose of laughs. We have Terry Dorsey featuring on that show and Jay Rich headlining. It's nonstop laughter. It's gonna be a great time. Y'all come through. That is on the Miracle Mile. Come support, show love. It's only $5. You're not gonna get laughs that good for $5. Okay, yeah, no movie. There's no movie you could watch that you could get
if you guys get out there
for under $5 as a comedy. This is gonna be the thing. It's on a Thursday, September 21st. I just want to get that out there, and that's produced by yours truly, me. So come out and support local comedians.
For Tay Livingston, who was recently one of our guests here on the show, has another show upcoming on September 16th, and that is also our very own Alex's morning show host birthday. Yes.
Oh, really? The 16th?
Don't forget. So on the 16th, you will find a show going on over at Cancun. And so that will be with Tay Livingston. And then also one of our other guests that were on, Rayshawn Townsend, a.k.a. Ain't the comic, will also be there that night.
Oh, he's going to be doing comedy?
I believe, yes.
Oh.
And well, they're ready for the show for you as well. And then also there is another comedy show coming up hosted by Marcellus, our other host, morning show host here. On the 30th, September 30th, over at Finnegan's Irish Pub, and that's going to be for a Libertarian Party of San Joaquin County fundraiser.
And those tickets are gonna be $25 at the door.
If you're not a member, and if you're not a member, if you do decide to join the party, there will be no cover charge. And if you are a member, it's only $10. And if you bring a guest, it's free. So bring a guest.
So think
Enjoy the
about
show.
that, guys. Bring guests, bring people. Yeah. So September 21st, Laughs on the App. That's gonna be hilarious.
We have other things in the mix going on out in the world as well. There's a groove cipher that's going to be happening. That's be presented by Future Octave. They're going to be having a groove cipher.
You know what?
let's see. What else? do we
Future
have going on?
Octave Group Cipher?
Groove Cipher.
Group? Oh, I thought you said group. I was like, I could join that. Hold on now. But no, last night, real quick, I just wanted to shout out to Cheryl, the soccer mom. She's a comedian who's had a real awesome impact in the Sacramento comedy scene, Northern California comedy scene. I've only been here for so long, and you know, I've seen her grind out a lot and do a lot of awesome shows and do great jobs at stand-up comedy. And she left. Yesterday was her last night in Sacramento. It was sad. I had went out to On the Wide to go. I didn't think she was gonna be at On the Wide, but she was. So it was awesome seeing her. And then she was also at Laughs Unlimited afterwards, and it was just a bunch of comedians hanging out. It was just awesome doing stuff like that, you know, where comedians say bye to each other and show love and appreciation for one another. So yes, Soccer to Cheryl mom, huge shouts out to you, and wish you luck with everything in Minnesota. I believe is where she is going.
Minnesota.
Yeah.
Okay, well, yeah, definitely enjoy that. And
Minnesota.
you can share with us how those winters are. But yeah, so
Oh, yeah.
there's a groove cipher that's going to be happening by Future Octave out of Stockton. And that is going to be at 9 o'clock over at 42 North Sutter Street. So it's a VIP invite only. So if you guys are looking to get into the Groove Cipher and want to check that out with the house music, you're welcome to do so.
Is Future
just
Octave
look-
is that your who you work for,
Future.
or your brand, or your
That's a
like?
good question. That's a good question. We'll talk more about that another time. I just really wanted to just let everybody know that there's going to be.
Are you
an
gonna be
invite
there? Is
only.
what I'm saying, or is that like your
More than
event?
likely, I won't be because if it's on a weekday, I have to take a look at the date. It doesn't have.
When
a
is
date.
the date? Okay, guys, so just
It doesn't have a date, but it's at 9 o'clock. But usually, if it's on a weekday, I'm not available at that time. But shout outs to DJ Caution. I have worked with him. I do work with him. I have worked with him in the past, and some of my music that I do have, he's made the beats for those. So shout outs to Caution. But yeah, other than that, it's warm today this morning already. So I'm hoping that we can share with you guys what that weather is if you don't already know.
Dude,
How's
I woke
how's
up cold.
Alex.
I woke up freezing. Maybe my AC was on.
It's 72 degrees right now. We've been saying all week that today and tomorrow is going to be the hottest. So be prepared. Today is going to be a high of 112. Tomorrow's going to be a high of 113. And it drops down a little bit to 107 on Sunday. So just be prepared. Excessive heat warning is still in effect for North Central California. So Labor Day weekend, you are going to be outside. Get that SPF going. So just take care of your skin. Get those kids rubbed down. Just be prepared. That's about it.
Bugs, don't worry.
What you guys doing?
You guys get your bug repellents
Off?
out too.
They still sell Off?
They
Is
do.
that the brand?
But
Off?
Hope so.
There's also more organic forms of.
You make that too?
I do.
She does, man.
I do.
You walked
actually
right
make
into that
a
one.
Mosquito soap paired with a mosquito oil.
You make that
concoction.
too? Yeah, she does actually.
As a matter of fact, I do.
See what I mean? Yeah, well, as far as traffic goes, we'll keep that going. A little hectic. I guess people are foregoing Friday work and getting out there and getting on the road, getting to those campsites. You know, you can't wait around to get to those campsites, or you will be in the back. You know, I'll tell you guys that story off air.
What is that? Oh my
Oh
gosh.
man.
Got it started.
Yeah, he started it.
I'll just give you an example of when you get a bad campsite. Going to hike Half Dome, got there late. Weren't a lot of sites left, so we had to get get one that didn't seem too bad, but it was close to some overrun brush. Looked like it hadn't been touched. So to me, it looked like that's the forest right there. It's a little nerve wracking. So picture
What
tent.
was right there?
So you got
Yeah.
like it on the edge.
Yeah,
of
so you know how the
campsite?
campsites are all clean and stuff. If you
Yeah.
go back a little further, they didn't get that far. So weeds are a little high, grass a little high. So it looked a little. If something came there at night, you might not see what it was.
Oh.
So pitched the tent not too far from there, but close to everybody else. However, something
It did come
huge,
through.
something huge came walking by. I don't know what it was. I wasn't gonna ask what it was. I'm just glad it didn't knock. But yeah, that's the type of things you could probably run into. The first time I went hiking, they told me about sleeping in the tree.
Yes, or at least
Have
putting
a-
all your stuff in the tree.
Yeah, but if you
Get a
have to go
hammock
up
or
pretty high,
something.
because if you don't go up high enough, you'll be like eye level to a bear. He can just push you out.
Oh man.
So those are things that I you know.
Could you imagine somebody saying up there is
A pinata
Oh,
for the
hello.
bear.
Man, yeah,
like a hammock or something,
candy is not coming out.
thinking they're okay?
No, definitely not candy. Yeah, guys, be safe out there. If you don't know what you're getting into, take a look at the area and what wildlife is specific to that particular area, and what you should take precautions for. Know your safety routes and exit
Yeah,
routes.
yeah.
And know what you're supposed to do when you come upon a mountain lion or a bear.
Yeah.
Don't get it mixed up.
Yeah. Don't get it mixed up.
Be sure to
Definitely
bring
don't.
lots of rope.
Yeah, they had this Facebook video of these guys who was walking on the trail, and a mountain lion was in front of them. These fools kept walking towards the mountain lion direction.
Oh my goodness.
After the mountain lion turned around and kind of walked up a ways, they kept going forward. But you couldn't see the mountain lion at that point, so you don't know
what
where
it's
he is.
doing, right?
Yeah, so
Pounce,
they came
ready
around
to
the corner,
pounce.
and now it's up a little more.
It's got leverage
higher.
on height.
Yes,
huh?
that's what it is. It had the higher ground, and it's just staring. And I don't know about you, but I don't know mountain lion facial
Don't stare at
expressions.
me, mountain lion,
You
please.
know, look at a
Because I
human,
probably look
usually
like a
you
meal.
Yeah. If I look at you, I can probably tell what you're probably thinking and guess and be close.
Yeah, I'm
I don't know what the hell they're
Do
thinking.
I have my knives on me?
Yeah.
Knives.
Gotta have one at least.
It's all about the rope. I'm telling you.
You gotta have a knife with your rope. You might have to cut it.
Hit him with the what is it, the cowboy thing.
Lasso.
Okay, moving on from mountain lions.
So looking at traffic, we have some slow and go, some nice stoppage over on I-5, headed out towards Tracy. It is stopped due to what is this? Hit and run.
Uh-oh.
Hit and run, no injuries. Ford Focus and a Lexus. Oh man, they give you all that information on here. Roth Road off ramp, as well as construction going on in the same area. So just be prepared for that. It's going to take you a while to get out to the Bay Area right now.
Yeah, and it's not just a slow and go. It looks like there's a lot of stop traffic in that area.
Yeah, and when you look at the picture that they have on here, it is complete,
Congested.
pretty much complete stoppage on that side of the freeway.
Hmm.
More traffic going on here. Mostly 99 is clear, a little slow and go, but nothing major. There's still some construction going on over on East Fremont Street. They were still working on that bridge, so just be prepared for that. Over on North California Street, downtown, is a little slow and go. That's just people getting, 809, people still getting to work. Still maneuvering traffic. Over on West Hammer Lane, a little slow and go, headed towards the freeway. A Street headed towards the 4. West Harding headed towards North Pershing and I-5. A little slow and go. So just be prepared out there, ladies and gentlemen. There's not a lot of stoppage, but just some slow and go. So just be prepared. Weather and traffic brought to you by KXVS.
Be prepared. I'm glad we're already here.
Yep. And just to get into a little bit of the news that might be happening, I don't know if you guys have heard, but Sandra Bullock has donated $1 million to the Hurricane Harvey relief.
So did
fund.
your boy, right? Donald Trump.
How much did he?
$1 million.
He donated. Well, he said he was going to.
It said there was an article on Facebook that said Mayweather donated 200 million. I was like, nah, that can't be right.
Maybe 2 million.
Maybe
Because
two.
I did hear they
Maybe
donated,
20.
I,
Maybe
I
20.
did hear it was about in.
Maybe 20.
a
That would be
million.
awesome.
But yeah, so Sandra Bullock joined in and she went ahead and donated to help out, and Joel Osteen went ahead and opened his doors after all of the controversy that had happened there. And if anybody missed the MTV Music Awards 2017 this past weekend, you guys saw that there were a few winners. Kendrick Lamar had 8 nominations. Katy Perry had 5 nominations, as did The Weeknd. The best pop video went to Fifth Harmony for Down. And then you had the best new artist was Khalid. I don't know if you guys knew that.
Send
Yep.
me
I listen to a lot of
your
hip-hop
location and that one, that guy.
And then we had best dance videos by Zed and Alessia Cara Stay. The best collab video was Zayn and Taylor Swift, I Don't Want to Live Forever, 50 Shades Darker. Best hip hop video went to Kendrick Lamar for Humble. The song of the summer went to Lil Uzi Vert for the EXO tour Life.
And that's why I don't listen.
Yeah, video of the year, Kendrick Lamar, Humble, and artist of the year is going to Ed Sheeran. It went to Ed Sheeran.
Sweet.
Yeah.
So did you notice? You probably didn't notice since you're watching at home, but one thing, it drew the lowest ratings in MTV history.
Mhm.
Yeah, 5.4 million viewers, making it the lowest rated in VMA history, or at least since 1994.
Man, that's a really long time.
Yeah, and they're trying to, decipher why, trying to pick through the reasons. One of the reasons is that it coincided with the Game of Thrones season finale, which drew 12.7 million viewers. So that'll take a little bit out of it.
That might take a little hit.
I'm jealous of all these series that I don't even start or what. Like, I'm like, oh, I want to know what's going on, but I don't got time like that. Like Empire, Power, Game of Thrones. Like, I'm so interested, but
Yeah, I don't watch any of those.
it takes
for
a
any of you guys
lot.
out there, I don't watch TV. I don't watch any of those.
Well, when you're behind
not even interested.
you work
actually.
nights because you work nights, so you can't
No,
just catch
it's
them
not even
on
that.
Wednesday
I don't even
or
have a TV in my home. Like I don't have television. Like I don't have TV.
right. But if you wanted to, you couldn't because you work nights and then you don't have TV, so
No,
you
because aren't they,
have
like,
obstacles right now.
Aren't you able to like go back and watch them over?
Yeah,
Like,
you could stream
yeah.
Netflix.
So I mean, I could if I were interested, and I were like some others who were really about it, and they're like, no, I record my shows. I make sure that I watch them. They take the time to sit down.
Well, you'd have to
and
have cable to record.
You'd have to be interested to want to even record. So,
Super.
And I'm not even interested in them.
No, see, I would record them. Like I would. I had Hulu. I could watch them on. I could watch my Empire on Hulu and do all that Game of Thrones, all that good stuff. It had HBO to go for my Game of Thrones, but it is time consuming. You know what I'm saying? Like when I used to watch stuff
to me,
like
it's
that.
It's like a waste of
Breaking
time.
Bad,
Sitting on a couch, just like in somebody else's drama, when I can go live my
Sons
life.
of Anarchy, Sons of Anarchy. When I was watching those, like I was watching them. Like I remember, like 5 hours out of the day, like I would be in my room. You know what I'm saying? Maybe writing comedy while watching it.
Oh, interesting.
Or just it'd be a lot of hours just back to back, like watch it, and then you wouldn't even almost be done.
I can see that happening.
You spend a weekend and be like, oh, I caught up, and then just don't got the time no more, man.
Yeah, I'd rather go hiking and rock climbing and seeing what the rivers are about. And
Yep, and just bring your rope.
I don't know, just go for a stroll in the park, take my dog to the park. I don't know, just getting out in the world.
I'd rather make my own show.
Or make soap. No, I'm joking.
Make soap. That's funny.
What do you do, Alex? Do you watch a lot of TV?
It depends.
On
On how I feel. I can. But one thing I just don't watch it. I'm usually doing something if I'm watching it. Maybe posting some pictures. Maybe doing this or that. But
so it's kind of like background ambiance.
I watch more TV now that I'm not as active because of my health. So, yeah. But if I could pick, no. I'd want to get on the motorcycle, get on out. Hiking is another thing, or just getting out by some water, maybe going to fish.
Motorcycle sounds
Fishing
great.
Sounds good. I would like to go fishing, actually. Fishing has come up in conversation quite a few times
What y'all know
recently,
about fishing?
and I really have like the I guess the motivation to want to go fishing now. So I'm looking forward to doing that soon. I would like to do it before it gets cold because I like to go fishing sometimes at night, and then it already drops down in temperature. So yeah. What kind of fishing do you do? Do you fish?
Yeah, I fish very often. I do all type of fishing. I do fishing for fish who eat at the bottom of the river and like catfish, or you know what I'm saying. And then
Crabs.
I'll do fishing with the what is the little ball, the
bobber?
The bobber. I fish like that as well. I will throw it out and reel it in for the bass. I do a lot of different types of fishing. I enjoy fishing out here. Fishing out here is easier. I just use my, what's the fish called? The little fish, the frozen fish.
Your bait?
Yeah, it's my bait, but it's a type of bait. Is
it alive, or do you use like?
No, it's frozen.
like
You can buy it
lures?
at the liquor store, and it's just like that. I come in half, hook it, bloop bloop bloop. Sometimes depending on how big the piece is and how big my hook and what type of fish I'm going for, what size. Like I'll wrap it, put string it, throw it out there. I use like 2-pound weights often because out here.
2 ounce.
Yeah.
2 ounce sinkers.
Yeah, you're right. They are ounces, huh? Are they ounces?
Yes.
I think.
We used to make sinkers.
No, I think mine are.
Like I remember making sinkers. Like, yeah. So you definitely want.
I think mine are the pounds though.
Are you going deep sea fishing? 2 pounds? You're throwing 2 pounds out there?
Is it?
That's kind of some weight right there.
Is it, Alex?
What?
2 pounds?
For what? A sinker?
Yeah.
Yeah. That's deep sea fishing.
Yeah.
Is deep sea for real? What does a 2-pounder look like?
Probably like this.
Yeah, then that's definitely not what I'm using. It is ounces. I haven't been fishing a lot, but it's all the equipment is in the back of my trunk as we speak right now. Like my fishing toolbox, my like I'm ready already. I just need some bait.
How about you, Alex?
What?
What kind of fishing do you prefer?
Prefer?
Yeah.
Deep sea fishing, but I get sick, so there you go.
I've never
But,
been.
anything that you're out.
Yeah.
Honestly, a good day would be hiking 13 miles to the ocean, pulling out your fishing pole, swimming and fishing from the beach. Now that would be cool. And then getting that, starting a fire on the beach, yada yada yada. You guys can figure it out at the end. Just any kind of fishing, really, out here. Just it's peaceful, so
It is.
that's part of it. I don't really like catfish from here, but I like to eat catfish, so. It's whatever. Honestly, it's more of the just going to fish than what you're catching.
Well, I mean, that and it does matter kind of what you catch because there's some that you can keep and there's some that you can't. You gotta depending on what it is. There's certain sizes that you can keep before, otherwise you have to throw it back. And then there's some things that you catch that you really don't want to keep, like just for instance, like a dogfish.
Are you're fishing for dogfish?
No, I caught a dogfish one time, and it was like the ugliest thing ever.
Where
and
you
I was
fishing
like,
at?
oh my god, I have to throw that back.
Where was this at?
I was really little. I want to say it was in Texas. But in Texas, there's a lot of good fishing in Texas.
Dogfish.
Garfish. There's garfish.
Mm-hmm.
Garfish is really good.
Yeah. Wait, you could eat those? I don't eat the ones with the.
The garfish, it's
Yeah.
only one bone, and it's just that whole backbone, and the meat is it's really good. You don't have to really pick out any little bones because it only has one
I used
main
to.
bone.
There's
that
a
just
lake
brings
called
it all.
Carlisle Lake up in Illinois, and huge, and it has a dam, and the dam spits out so many fish because I guess all the fish flow through to the dam, and then like when the dam, it's like flowing right, and you could go walk down to the dam and just see all the fish popping out the water like this, like, psh, 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 psh. And I remember I used to go down there and just, now this is illegal, but I used to like throw my hook in there and just snag like all the, because it was like hundreds of fish just going past you, so I I used to catch like gar in their face, like bass, fish, all that stuff, man. That was like my favorite spot to fish. See, out here, I go out to the ports and just throw myself in there, sit there for like 2 hours and a half, and just not catch nothing, like back to back to back to back. Like I think I'm outgrowing fishing. Like when I all the way up until like probably like last year, I was a huge fisher. I would fish all the time. That's why I have it in my trunk still. It's just there to be ready because it's like you trying to go fishing. Yep, I'm ready. Boom, you know. But lately, like I said, I've been really worried about what I do with my time. Especially fishing, man. I went last time I caught something, so I'm happy.
Well, like I said, hearing about fishing a lot is making me want to go fishing. So, yep, I think I might be ready for a little fishing excursion after my hiking excursion this Sunday. So, yeah, I'm off Monday. That would be nice. I don't know if you guys are off Monday. There might be some people working, some people that aren't, but it's the holiday. And so for those of you who are off, you know, I hope you guys have some fun activities planned for yourselves and or just enjoy the relaxation of having a day off altogether. We do have events coming up in the area. I see Alex is about to share some of that information.
Yeah, I'll give you a couple throughout the show. So right today is Art Break Day, which is the 5th anniversary of this day that's happening. Day filled with free art and activities here in Stockton.
Ooh, nice.
Painting, chalk art supplies, drawing. It's all going to be located at the Stockton Shelter for the Homeless. There will also be a resource fair, some entertainment and face painting for the kids, and an art contest. That's free to the public today. Also today in Lodi, they have the Lodi First Friday Art Hop. So that's local artists coming together, showing their artwork. You can purchase some, donate. Just another opportunity for artists to get together and for the public to appreciate what they do here. Tonight, Jazz Jam at Werlo's. Stockton Ports play the San Jose Giants. At the annual Labor Day Stockton Community Powwow is today.
Yes, it is. That'll be all weekend, right?
Yeah, you know,
At UOP.
I will have to go out there. Maybe I'll find my wife.
And I might find some
The
new
powwow?
earrings because I really enjoy buying earrings from the powwows because they have great shells and feathers and stones. So yeah, I'm looking forward to some new earrings.
So yeah,
I wanted an Indian taco.
Yep,
love
those
those
are great.
things.
Yeah, they have those there too. Yep.
So today is at 6 to 10 p.m. Tomorrow will be 11 a.m. to 10 p.m. And on the 3rd, 11 to 4.
Oh, till 10 p.m.
Dance contest.
When do those start?
And they don't have a breakdown of.
Types of dances or?
Guarantee y'all are gonna see my Gramps there. He's an old man with a wolf tattooed on the top of his head.
Yeah, some of the dances that you guys can find there. You know, they'll have the drum circles.
I'm gonna put y'all out. He's an old man with a wolf on top of his head. When you see him, just be like, "That's Marcellus' grandfather." If you see an old man
Take a picture and
with a
and
wolf
tag Marcellus
that has
Flores.
a bloody
If you
mouth
end up
tatted on
going
top of
to the
his head.
powwow over at UOP and you happen
Tag.
to see his grandfather, take a picture, Snapchat, and you win some free tickets.
Yes, okay. So this is so funny. It's a wolf and
To be
his
like,
mouth
"Where's
is
Waldo? Go
open,
find Marcellus's
and
grandpa."
there's sharp teeth. There's sharp teeth and blood on the wolf's mouth. So if you guys could find the guy with that on his top of his bald spot in the head, yeah, holler at us and you'll win some tickets. Shouts out to Gramps.
We're looking for you out there. But yeah, that's. I'm just looking. I'm looking over your shoulder.
Oh, this is something different. Yeah.
But yeah, you guys can catch the drum circles, catch the music, live music, good food, great energy out there, and you know, come out and enjoy the Native American community.
I always play with Gramps because like sometimes I'll come to the house and he'll be listening to that music. It's I just start screaming. I'll start screaming. I'll be because it's funny because like I don't know, but I think my Gramps thinks he's like 100% native. I know he thinks he's a little bit native and Spaniard, no Mexican, but
even if he is, and he, you know, he resonates with that energy of the culture that he is, no matter, you know, he embraces that and he chooses to.
Of course, okay.
Have that, you know.
Of course.
So
Fantastic. He's embracing the. Ha! I'm playing. Okay, no, stop.
All right, we're gonna go ahead and take a quick break. When we come back, Renee's gonna hit you with your horoscopes
yes.
and daily quote. It's
See ya.
KXVS Morning Show. We'll be back after this.
All right.
Here at KXVS, broadcasting from Stone Tube Studios.
And we're back here, Rise and Shine 209 Morning Show. Alex, Marcellus, and Ronnie.
What's up? What's up? What's up?
Good morning.
Like we've been saying, it is a Friday, Labor Day weekend. Extended weekend for the kids. Extended weekend for the parents. What the is going on? One thing I did remember, I'm taking my niece and nephew out to hide those rocks.
Ooh, nice.
Yes.
So I found some rocks and got some paint. We'll do that this weekend.
Oh, do you have pictures of what you guys painted?
No, we haven't done it yet. I got all the material.
Oh.
And so when I think I have to pick them up from school today. So when I get them today or tomorrow, we'll paint them and then go hide them.
Do you have any idea of what you're gonna paint, or are you just gonna?
Yeah, I'll probably paint some kind of quote that I like, but the Green Lantern symbol. That's my favorite favorite guy. Just random stuff, I guess. Have you done it? Have you painted any?
Yeah, I have. I did MF comedy on one, and then my gramps. I started another one. I did an apple in the corner of the rock, and then I just left it on my gramps' table, and he was like, paint a clown with a bloody face on it, and I was like, I don't know how to paint that, Gramps. That's a little extreme. I'm like, that's a little extreme for the kids. You know what I'm saying? And I came back, and he did it already, so he finished that rock for me, and that's what we did.
Where'd you guys hide him at?
I have no idea. I think he took his little grandson with him to go hide it somewhere. His little other one, smaller than me, and they went hid it, somewhere. And
maybe
I'm not sure.
A Rise and Shine 209 rock.
Yeah,
that'd be cool. They have KXVS rocks. I seen them in the front over there. Yeah, Stockton rocks is so cool, man. I would tell people.
It's fun.
I tell people who aren't from Stockton, like the SAC people, like Jay. We were at Victory Park going over some material, and I was just like, yeah, we actually have these things called Stockton rocks. And I explained to him. He was like, that's awesome. he was like, wait, what kind of Stockton rocks? Because there could be two different. And I was like, Jay, you're funny.
Right.
These don't break down so easily.
Let's just keep it in the positive. Yeah. So Speaking of positive, yes. Well, I want to give shout outs to all the birthdays that I know of that has, kind of trickled on my timeline, but among the friends that I do know and have. So, you guys have heard his music here, Devil's Play and 100. But RP9, happy birthday to you, aka Anthony St.
Happy birthday.
Our very own KXVS, voice of Stockton, admin staff member Donovan, happy birthday to you.
Happy birthday, Don.
Happy birthday, Donovan Mazuski. Jimmy Thai, Janie Chapler, she's a sergeant that I know in the Army, so happy birthday to you. My cousin Kylie Buchanan, my cousin's cousin Luigi, so happy birthday to you, Luigi. And then MC King and Maria Hernandez, who I went to school with in high school and everything, so happy birthday to you. So shout outs to the Virgos. I'm about to read this horoscope for you guys since it's your season. You've gone over the checkbook several times and had a friend look at it too. It's not your imagination, it's balanced, and you do indeed have a little bit left over to play with. What to do? Make this surplus count by sharing it with someone special. What about that person you've owed lunch for months now? Or better still, the person you don't owe that lunch that you just like to spend some time with, pure and simple.
Yee.
So maybe.
Man, yours is always good, man. Every day. Virgos are ladies' man. I'm convinced.
Well,
I'm convinced.
Like dealing with them. I've been actually thinking of trying to find my friend that I haven't seen in a long time. Best friend.
That's cool.
So I probably look for her.
Nice.
What do you mean when you haven't seen her in a long time? I just seen this movie Slumdog Millionaire. That's a long time if you've ever seen the movie.
It's not a Slumdog Millionaire. Not that long.
Not that long.
My mom didn't get chased and killed.
Best friends of
yeah. But is it something like that? Like you just lost contact with her?
No.
No.
Been maybe a year or so. But we were like this, right? Like right out of. Funny thing, she wanted to fight me for like 2 years of high school. Still don't know why to this day. And like fight me like a dude fight me. Like anytime she saw me, she wanted to fight. Like,
oh man, That's wild when the female wants to put their hands on you, man. Let me tell you.
Wait, and then she became your best friend?
Well, we were friends. We were friends then.
Okay, you're
She just
friend-
wanted to fight me
Oh, she
for
just
some
wanted-
reason.
Nah, you know what you did. You know what you did. You know what you did. Hey, don't. Hey, I had my times, man. I thought I almost got jumped by one girl one time in high school. Yeah, I was avoiding her in the hallways. I was so scared. This girl was like whooping all the girls behind. Like she was the UFC fighter in the school.
Ronda
She
Rousey of
yes,
elementary school?
yes, and I accidentally messed with her and tried to ignore her on some stuff. Boy, she wasn't having it. I was at my locker. She said, boom, kicked it in. And my hand was in my locker. I was like, except for just shutting, it was like, boom, went back open. I was like, oh, God.
She was collecting lunch money in the boys' bathroom.
She was punking me in front of everybody. I was like,
Hey, but that's the thing, though.
you have
The girls were hard in elementary. There were some that were the guy of the campus. So, Talisha Mitchell.
Shout
Girl I
out.
went to school with. Dude, she would beat anybody in basketball. I mean, probably even now. I mean, she was
What?
just that. Oh,
She was that
yeah.
good.
Oh, yes.
Yeah.
Yes. Luckily, I was good too, so we would always play together, and I didn't have to get embarrassed. But yeah, she was that. Then we had
She holds
the
her
other
own.
girl who was like 6'11" in fourth grade, who would beat up
gosh.
everybody. It like she'd just grab you by the shirt. And, 6'11". What are you gonna do? So yeah. Afraid of women at an early age. I did punch one girl. I will say that I was fourth grade. She was calling me names. She ran around the teacher, and I punched her in the face. Got in trouble, but that was first and last time I hit a girl.
First time, yeah, you
First
gotta
time
learn your
hit a girl.
lesson one way or another, right?
Oh yeah,
'Cause you don't have
I did when
sisters.
I got home.
I feel
You
you.
don't have sisters, right?
No, I don't have sisters. I did
So
when I got
you
home.
learned the hard way.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Just one of those.
I wish I would have did
that.
that day. She kicked my hand in that locker. I was like, oh, she was dude. I was like,
Yeah,
I
there's
need to
some little
stop
girl bullies out
messing
there,
with hood rat
usually.
chicks.
Even
What'd you
today.
say?
Hood rat chick ain't no more from the hood. I think she was from what? East St. Louis, something. I don't know, man. She was bullying me. I was like, I had to go to the office. I told on her. I was like, I'm playing now. But every day after that, I was like, not trying to see her. Like, I would go to lunch, and I was like, man, she gonna make a scene. Cause she would make a scene, like all the kids would be looking, like she'd be like, oh, you know what I'm saying? Oh, that's, whoop, 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 whoop. And I'm just sitting there like with my hand like broke, like I'm about to punch you with the broke one.
Yeah, getting your hand slammed in a locker is no fun, that's for sure. Well, Aquarius, for all you Aquarians out there, this is your horoscope from astrology.com. See? Once you really let go of the whole situation, things immediately got quieter, and they'll continue to mellow too if you remain firm on your pledge to stay out of it. Now that you can concentrate on other things, why not start making plans for that trip you were hoping to take? There's absolutely no time like the present to make your reservations. You'll find what you want for the right price.
Boring. Just
No
boring.
trips. Not taking any trips?
At all.
Okay, so Leos, there's usually at least a 2-second delay between thought and words. Okay, for me, people, it's a little bit more than 2 seconds. Because, yes, sometimes I really do need that time to stop and think about things. And sometimes people think I'm being rude because I'm not talking back, but I'm really delaying between, like, thought and words. Mm-hmm. So, yeah, usually at least 2-second delay between thought and words.
More
For
people
most
need to do
signs.
that.
Yeah. For most signs, anyway. In your case, it's about a second on slow days. At the moment, however, there will be no delay, which makes you pretty darn dangerous. Basically, if you were regulated by the FCC, they'd have your license by now. Keep that in mind before you go off on anyone who's not as well armed in the verbal department as you happen to be. Tongue lashings.
You
Okay.
give them?
Say again?
Is that something you deal with?
Tongue lashing?
Yeah.
Do I give them?
Mhm.
Like,
You always going off on somebody?
no. I used to a lot.
I think you do
Back in
and
the
don't
day.
know it.
You think so?
Yeah.
You think I go off on people?
Yeah.
Okay,
You just
maybe I
kind of
do.
ride your emotions. And
You
then,
think so?
and then, because you can't really control it. You're an all or nothing type of person, I would say. So if you feel some type of way, you
Do you
just,
think she doesn't know her level when she starts to get?
yeah, I
get
think
that?
she could very
You think
well
so?
blindly do things, like, or say things, because that's how you feel. You're that type of person. See, me, I'm really or maybe people are super passive. You're not that. Like, if something's happening, you're gonna
Yeah,
address that
I'm-
then.
yeah, I'm gonna
And
address it, yeah.
you know what I'm saying, you may even be so passionate about it, you may even forget how you addressed it, you know, and then go back later and think about, did I do that the, you know, the proper way.
Okay. Oh, somebody's very attentive. That's good. All right, so let's see. We got Libras that are going to be coming up.
I
next.
know you. I know you.
Do you?
Yes.
Okay. Well, yeah. Okay. Okay. So here for Libras, your season's coming in.
Come on now, I'm Aquarius. You know, we sit back
Pay
and
attention to
relax and
people
yeah.
observe people.
I read. See, I know myself well, too. I joke too much. I can't wait
Okay,
too much.
Libras. Remember that gigantic favor you did for a certain person a while back? That one that absolutely saved them from either being fired, abandoned by their partner, or evicted from their apartment? They've mentioned that they'd like to repay you several times, but you never needed anything. Well, guess what? It might be time to give them a call. Don't worry about getting a negative reception. They'll be relieved to return the favor. So, enjoy the reciprocation of your good deeds, Libras. I hope you guys enjoyed that. I'm going to go ahead and move on into our daily quote. And I actually kind of like this. It's by Napoleon Hill.
I always like his.
If you cannot do great things, do small things in a great way. Isn't
Yep.
that such a good one?
Yep.
I like that. Because, you know, a lot of people want to like show like grand gestures of like appreciation or something. They want to do something grand. And sometimes they're not in a capacity to do that. So if you can do the small things, do them very well. Like, for example, my staff, I really wanted to reward them because they work so hard. They do such a great job. They handle the pressures and the stress of nursing staff and everybody that come through and the high demands, and especially when people are calling out and that leaves them stuck, you know, footing the bill and, you know, taking up the slack for, you know, the added job. So, you know, I want to do something for them, and I can't buy them all gifts and to say, you know, here's a token of appreciation, but I know that they do like candy and it helps them kind of get through their day, so I fill up their candy jar. So I went and bought new candy for them. And
Bring us some soap.
yeah, okay, so
No,
when
we've been working really
when
hard
Christmas
too,
comes-
Renee.
when
We
Christmas
need
comes around,
candy.
Oh, you need candy over here. But we get donuts. We get donuts from Tender Donuts.
Oh yeah, that's right,
So-
man.
But yeah, so I brought them candy, and they wanted chocolates, so I got them chocolates. This is perfect because like Halloween season's coming up, so they got that already circulating, which is kind of funny. I don't know, so just little things like that, or
Yeah.
like one of my staff members really wanted this particular hand sanitizer for her cart because she saw that it had some kind of like a emollient in there, which would help soothe her hands. And she said other people have it, and so she wanted to know where to get it. I said I'll go down and check out a couple in distribution. So that made her day. That was exciting. I was happy to do that.
Aw.
Just small things in a great way because she cared about her hand sanitizer. What are some of the small things you do like in a great way that you know if you can't do something?
Oh
right?
man. Well, for people, everything. You know, I am the Swiss Army knife of my family.
Oh, nice.
I don't have a lot of things, but I do a lot of things because I don't have a lot. Like I don't have a lot of money, so I can't give everybody. Here's some money to pay your bill. Here's some money to do that. So what I do? Oh, let me come clean your house. Let me come fix this. Let me come fix that. Let me take you this place. Let me take you over here. So that's what I do. I fill in the gap for everything else, and yeah, it kind of consumes me because you know, I grew up just doing that. I'm going to help, actually being dropped off people from church members and going to do something at their house, and then the next weekend my mom take me over to somebody else's house and going to do something there. So you know, it was just ingrained in me at a early age that
Helper.
help
You know,
her.
you
Yeah.
can totally put yourself on Craigslist as like the handyman for hire.
I've been
totally just
I've been thinking of this business that deals with veterans and elderly. That I come in. It's before hospice because you know when hospice comes in, that's like the end of the
their
road.
life.
But there's nobody in between time where to get people that want to still do things on their own, but need a little bit more motivation, but they can't do everything. So I would come in there, help them do those things.
Nice.
Cook, clean, maybe work out a little bit, just have somebody there to help, because you know some
To
people
get
may
them
not
going.
have kids, maybe their kids don't help, or kids are grown and out of the picture. you see so many people just wasting away just because they don't have somebody there to
do something
to
with.
give them some of that energy. 'Cause, you know, when people are around, like my grandma, she doesn't have a lot of energy that much more because she's a little older. My grandfather passed away not too long ago. But anytime somebody is there doing something, I was over there her house cleaning yesterday, and as soon as I started doing that, she started doing a little bit more.
Oh, nice.
So, you know, just having somebody there seeing it, I think would help. So I'm trying to kind of narrow that down in with my business. A business plan, and then we'll see what happens.
So what do you call the service? Companion?
I don't know yet. Yeah, I've had some things floating around, helping hands.
Oh man, that's crazy that you said helping hands because I started a business when I was 18, I believe 19, possibly. Yep, 19. I was working at Chipotle for comedy. I was a really like my ideas, like everything I had idea that I wanted to do, I would dive 100% everything. So I would invest all my money, everything. So I wanted to start this corporation, Open Hands Corporation, and basically it was gonna be a business that anybody who wanted help could come to, like the Walmart or help. You just come in what you need help with, anything. We're gonna find the resources and everything, get you help with that problem. Don't trip, like any factor. But that was super broad, as you could imagine. So
Yeah, because working on this business plan to kind of narrow it down.
yeah, I was working on to narrow it down, like how can I get help to maybe
Help
these type of people are, because my idea was like, even if you needed help, like even if you're not a good YouTuber or you can't read, or if you know what I'm saying, something happened to your car, you could just pull up and be like, hey, I need help, and we'll bloop, delegate somebody to help you with that. Like anything, you know, hey, I'm having problems at home, hey, let's get you help, boom, bloop, you know, help. But like I said, it was real broad of a subject because that's a lot of help, that's a lot of who am I gonna need to employ and hire, and going on. So I was trying to make that simpler, but I paid a lot of money to get all the paperwork and everything to say that, hey, I'm the captain of this ship, and you know, to get that legally moving. But after I started comedy, I kind of just full into comedy. It was probably like shortly after, like 2 months after I became official, and I had you know, like I spent like a rack on all that trying
Paperwork?
paperwork and organizing that. And then once the comedy started, everything went into that. Like all my money, gas money, everything was into that. But no, that's what I want to do, help people. That's crazy that you have that same thought,
mentality.
yeah,
Like,
the same type of,
that is kind of like the energy that the
same
three
kind
of
of
us
business
do.
thought.
Yeah, the three of us do really carry is how can we help others? How
Oh
is it
yeah,
that I
definitely.
can be of service to you?
Yeah, and you know, I joke a lot, I do, but it's my nature. But really, I am serious. I just rather laugh than cry. I really would like to. I really would like to get, you know, a handout to anybody in need, and that at the end of it all, I know that's what I'm here to do. So if I become successful in comedy, that's just a platform to help people. You know, at the end of the day, it's just a platform to help.
Well, I
others.
think that's kind of I don't want to say interesting, but it reminds me of, you know, the people who go and put themselves on Craigslist and say, you know, I'm the handyman or husband for hire, but you guys aren't husbands, so you know, just the handyman for
They
hire.
do that?
Yeah.
Oh wow.
Yeah. It's really interesting because
I didn't know that.
there's a lot of single people out there, like
Fake husband for hire? What?
Yeah, because
All
there's
right.
a lot of single people, like
Someone
for
asked me
example,
to get in bed with
such as myself. You're funny.
It's not a gigolo
Who
service.
like I have high ceilings, right? If
But
I
you
can't
never know.
reach certain things, I could get by a ladder or something. But there are some things
Have
that
you
know,
used
it's
the
like
service? Is what
it's
you're saying,
more
or
no? I just
Oh,
I just
okay.
think it's like really interesting. But I think my sister might have had her husband up on Craigslist for like husband for hire, so that he can just go help out, like change somebody's oil or change their tire
Yeah.
or change their light bulbs.
There's a
or
lot of people that don't know how
fix-
to do that.
They don't, and
Yeah.
there's a lot of people who, you know, they not only do they not know how to do it, it's probably not in their best interest for them to even probably take on something like that. If you know, as far as like if they don't have the strength to do it, or if they're incapacitated
Right.
in any way, shape, form, or fashion, if they have, you know, injuries, and you know, because there's a lot of people that do live by themselves, you know, so they
Yeah.
need the help, and sometimes they don't always have people who are available to them. So I think that's a great service that you're working on and that you've had once upon a time. But yeah, the daily instruction, I'm ready for that one.
It's actually better than yesterday. That's not hard. So today, September 1st, Friday, be stronger than your difficulties,
Ooh.
braver than your fears, more noble than your temptations.
Mm.
See? It's leading you out to the weekend gracefully. Be stronger than your difficulties, braver than your fears, more noble than your temptations.
Braver than your fears.
More noble than your temptations.
Stronger than your difficulties.
I think the one I triple on lie is my fears. Like I just had
Fear will paralyze people. Fear will
Yeah.
keep them from doing things that they really should do. That's why you have to be brave. You have to be courageous to get through the fear, because the fear is that, that voice in your head that says, laughs at you, tells you you can't do it, causes you the anxiety. But then when you muster up that courage and you are brave and you're just going to say, F you, I'm doing this regardless, and like fear will just dissipate. And then, being stronger than, what is it? Stronger than your difficulties, right?
Stronger than your difficulties, braver than your fears, more noble than your temptations.
Yeah. I like that one. Definitely one for contemplating today.
Yeah, super cool, super cool.
But yeah, so that's your daily horoscopes from astrology.com, and your daily quotes, and also your daily instruction. So we're going to go ahead and go to a quick break.
And this break
we shall
is
be back.
brought to you by
MF Comedy.
MF Comedy, Laughs on the Ave, September 21st. Y'all make sure y'all can come out to that show. I'm telling you, headliner Jay Rich, y'all do not want to miss. This dude's going to have you laughing from beginning to end, non-stop. I'll be surprised if you could stay in your seats, okay? And that's September 21st. It's only $5 cover charge. Come out and have a great time. We'll see you when we come back from break. Peace.
The voice of Stockton.
People are always looking
Yup, I got it.
What's up, everybody? It's your girl, Ronay, back on KXVS, the morning show here, Rise and Shine 209. We are with Marcellus Flores and Alex, and we have our special guest today in the house. Here's Adams. He is a bodybuilder and a fitness trainer, and I would like to bring so much information to you guys from him and what he's doing in our community, what he's doing with his athletes and his training, his fitness gym, and everything. So welcome. Thank you so much for coming.
Hey, thanks for having me on the show today. I really appreciate it, you guys.
Definitely. Very inspiring. So you recently won some competitions in bodybuilding.
Yes. Yes, I did. Last year actually was, and 2015. Let's go back then. Okay. My first show was actually back in 1992. I was a teenager at 18 years old. I won the San Joaquin Delta Classic.
Oh, my goodness.
It was an NPC show, actually. They didn't have natural bodybuilding back then. At the age of 18, took overall best poser, my weight class, and so forth. So, I was on this high horse for a long time, 18 years old, dieting, not going out, not partying. Felt like I was missing out on life. So,
okay.
So I stopped bodybuilding then.
Oh, goodness.
Yeah, about a 23-year layoff from competitive bodybuilding, and just was living life. The
23 years. That's
a long
big
time.
Layoff.
Yeah, it's a tremendous layoff. So, a lot had happened in life. Lost my mom and certain family members and things of that nature, and I kind of lost my way with life. And started, consuming more alcoholic beverages than water. Put it that way.
I remember.
Yeah. So, I was kind of. Yeah, definitely. We've hung out at a couple of them. But and a lot of people who are probably listening to this, who know who I am, probably have partied with me too.
Yeah.
And realized that I had to.
Took that curve like 18 on top. Whoop whoop whoop. Felt like missing out, and then boom, partying.
Yeah, I where are the girls at? I felt like I was missing out, and really I wasn't. But of course, 18
young
dumb,
minds,
don't know nothing, and so I went out there and really, kind of got myself really out of shape. I got up to about 298 pounds at 34% body fat.
I remember.
Was feeling like crap. I always had back pain, always had knee pain, ankle pain. From just carrying excess weight. I'm only 6 feet. So I figured I had to do something. I started losing stuff. I had lost my car, was looking at homelessness. I lost my job, lost my girlfriend. And I said, well, what's the common denominator? I said, well, I think it's just stuff in this bottle that you've been drinking every night, Pierce, and it's keeping you from achieving your goals. So I decided to put that down. And I needed something to replace how hard I was going in the club.
That's right.
So I decided to go to the health club.
Health club, hey.
And so I started, really the intent here was just to get healthy and to get fit, and my body started responding.
To feel better.
Yeah, absolutely. I just wanted to be back to old Pierce.
Right.
And so my diet and my training started getting a little bit more intense, and my body composition started changing. And somebody said, hey, man, you ought to think about getting back on the stage. And I was like, yeah, but I don't want to take steroids. In today's, and I'll just go ahead and be candid. I don't care if I piss somebody off or not.
Yeah.
But in today's bodybuilding world, if you're an IFBB, which is the International Federation of Bodybuilders,
Okay.
or even the National Physique Committee, which is the NPC, which is the largest amateur federation or committee, I guess I could say, for professional bodybuilders, you have to do steroids in order to compete in men's bodybuilding.
You have to.
There's
'Cause
no
the
way.
competition is
well,
that,
I mean, everyone
or-
is just so large. The athletes are,
Yeah.
and I'm not knocking anybody. Do what you want to do. You know, it's more power to you. You know, but I just didn't want to go there. I didn't want to cross that dark bridge.
Right.
And I figured if I can't do it on my own with with proper nutrition and training and just hardcoreism, then maybe
I like that.
Yeah, straight up.
Because you're going
Yeah.
around the steroids.
What it is people take steroids to speed the process up.
I see.
And actually gaining muscle takes years. It actually takes years. Now, I had been training 5 years straight before I decided to quit bodybuilding, and so I decided to come back and found out that there was a natural organization called the WNBF, which is on my hat right now, which stands for the World Natural Bodybuilding Federation.
Natural, nice.
100% natural. We're drug tested. We use the
that's
same agency, the anti-doping agency that the Olympics uses.
Nice.
We're randomly drug tested.
I love that it's natural too.
Yeah, me too. It keeps it on an even playing field and gives you a venue to showcase your hard work. And I think there's a lot of natural genetic freaks out there who are unknown.
Right.
Because everyone feels, well, the only way I can compete with these guys is if I get on some steroids or some other anoretic or whatever, or other anabolic. So I decided to give it a shot. Me being an older guy in my 40s, I decided to do a Masters contest and Open just to see where I placed with the young guys.
Interesting.
My first show, I won Masters, won my pro card at Masters in 2015 at the Muscle Mayhem in Sacramento, California. And took second place in the heavyweight division for Open. Now, I don't like losing. I never lost a contest, so that was my first loss. And so I decided to do something about that. And the following year, I turned around and competed in the Battle of the Bay, which is also happening in October 14th, as a matter of fact, this year. I have two competitors actually competing. Kristen Caparuso and Tina Fuentes are actually two of my bikini competitors that are competing. Both girls have already competed. This will be Chris's third show. She took second in L.A., second in Sacramento. And the intent, obviously, is to take first in the Battle of the Bay and Open to obtain her pro card.
Okay,
Tina
nice.
yeah, absolutely. Tina took second at Sacramento. That was her first show
Oh, nice.
as a novice competitor.
Nice.
And she was competing against very seasoned athletes for her first time out. So she'll also be competing and trying to win the novice division and then move her way to Open, and then obviously from Open to try to become a pro.
And that's going to be there at the Battle of the Bay. on October
Battle Bay,
14th.
October 14th, San Ramon, California.
No,
You guys
wait,
are-
where you need to compete? Do you have to have a nice pose or a nice?
Absolutely. Posing is actually a key. Here's the thing. You can have the greatest body in the world, wonderful physique. If you can't display it, who knows?
Right. If you're not showing it off properly.
if you can't show your strengths and hide your weaknesses on stage, remember they're looking for flaws. So if you can't display that in a masterful way to make it appealing and to catch the judge's eye, you'll get washed up in the crowd and simply get ignored. So posing is critical. A lot of people think we're just standing up there, turning to the side, and it's really, really difficult to hold poses and flex your entire body at the same time for a specified amount of time.
Which is like, what, 30 seconds?
It's
or-
sometimes longer than that. It depends on what the judges are looking for. If it's a close show,
what they need you to hold.
Oh yeah, absolutely. But they'll have you hold a specific pose and literally be writing down where's the flaw at.
Well, and I've seen some of your videos, and I've seen you really do stand out. Well, you've always had a very charismatic personality,
Well,
always,
thanks.
always, and it really shows on stage.
Okay,
When
thank
I
you.
see you among the other contestants in some of the videos that you have posted, you can see your charisma come out, and really I can understand how that would play to the judge is appealing, attention and observation among the others, because they're looking for that. But then you've worked so hard that it also shows in everything.
Sure.
So it just aligns itself into.
Pretty
Yeah,
much.
absolutely.
Sounds like-
You kind of got to be a showsman
Right.
on stage. You have to sell yourself,
Right.
and you have to stand out. or you'll just be another competitor on stage. There's just too many competitors trying to do what you're trying to do. So you've got to do something to catch the eye of the judges, and that comes through posing. Obviously you've done all the homework with conditioning and muscularity and so forth, and your proportions and symmetry. So those things come into play. I think a lot of people really don't know how they judge a bodybuilding contest.
Right.
Let me explain that. There's categories. Well, number one is the symmetry round. This determines if the left side of your body is equivalent to the right side.
Okay.
Your proportions as far as dimensions are concerned for your upper body are in proportion with your lower body.
Okay.
And then from
No
the rear.
chicken legs.
Yeah, absolutely. And in the back, they want to make sure that your back is just as symmetrical as far as left and right, and definitely the same conditioning that you have in the front. A lot of people have difficulty in the back because you can't see it.
All right.
So they judge that first and make sure, okay, are they symmetrical? Perfect. From there, then we go on to the muscularity round. Well, how much muscle do they have? At the end of the day, all of this is a muscle contest, whether you're a male or female, bikini or bodybuilder. So they're looking to see if, do they have the athletic shape or athletic appearance of a muscular individual, somebody who's actively working out and has that appearance. And then conditioning is number 3. How lean are you? What is your body fat percentage? Can we see stuff?
And they measure that beforehand, right?
Well, you don't get measured on body fat. They look at you.
Okay.
Okay, and they'll be able to tell if you got low
The
body
trained
fat or
eye.
not. What are your abs looking? What the lower abs looking like? Is she holding fat on the booty right there? So they do look at the conditioning aspect, and then finally your presentation. How did they pose? Was I intrigued by their pose? Were they able to display their strengths? Were they able to hide the weaknesses that I found, and so forth? And then they tally up the score, and whoever has the high score wins the show. This goes for guys and girls in both bikini, goes in women's bodybuilding, goes in women's physique, goes in figure.
No way, I think I'm ready to join.
So
I am. I've seriously been contemplating, but I've been like, man, I don't know what gym, because I was working at Planet Fitness, which is an awful gym, because I was running out.
Hey, do they give you guys free donuts over there?
They do. Pizza, all that. Pizza
What?
Fridays, all that stuff.
Pizza Friday at the gym.
Yeah, at the gym.
That's what I said, at the gym.
It motivates me. It motivates me.
Come
What?
on
That's
now.
They know how to motivate
Not
your boy.
healthy. That's
Well,
not healthy.
yeah, you know what? A cheat meal is cool, but every Friday though, pizza. I mean, and
No, it's not every Friday. It's I may have overdid.
what is it? Once a month or something?
Yeah, type of thing.
Okay, and I hear they do donuts too, right? Krispy
No,
Kreme.
it's not donuts. It's bagels.
Okay, bagels. Okay,
Bread products.
Yeah.
A lot of carbs.
okay.
Well, we're the case, man. They're fantastic.
Yeah, right?
Anyways, but no, I've been seriously thinking about starting it. It's just my diet sucks. I could work out. I have discipline to work out. I have a heart,
Sure.
I have a heart. Been athletic all my life, but it's the dieting part.
Yeah.
If I could get that to go with that, I would win competitions. Like I know I would. Confidence. That's confidence.
Well, yeah, definitely you wanna have that.
But knowledge
that's
is
the
what I
energy that
need
you definitely
to
wanna
win.
go into.
Yeah,
And training.
the
Yeah.
nutrition is key. It goes in 2 parts. Number 1, your performance in the gym will be based on what you feed your body.
Yeah. See.
You will not be able to perform at maximum output if you're inputting junk. That is a fact. And then number 2, you won't get conditioned if you're not eating. That is the hardest part about all of this. Everyone loves to train. Everyone loves to go to the gym. Some people don't. But most people who go to the gym love to go to the gym. It's a great stress reliever.
Yes.
It changes your endorphins going from negative to positive.
Yep.
That's the fun part. The other 23 hours, though, with the fridge looking at you, and you,
Oh man, that's my problem.
and you got the cakes and the pies and the barbecues and the birthday parties and the festivals
And
and
the
the
drinks.
And the
and
beer,
the
yeah.
cocktails and all of that that's the hard part, because you don't have, say you did hire a trainer. I'm not coming to your house to make sure you eat right.
Right.
I'll tell you what to eat, what you need to eat, how much you need to eat, what supplements you need to take, and what kind of rest you need to get. Those are the things that actually make a champion, in all honesty. Everybody can sit here and whistle Dixie, and I train this, and they post videos of them lifting X amount of weight.
Right.
What you doing at the house, though? What are you eating? What are you consuming? And how consistent are you with that? Will determine what your physique's actually ultimately going to look like, because again, your performance is based on what you intake, and your conditioning is based on what you intake.
And that even helps, even if you're not conditioning. I mean, the fact that you're even understanding how your body functions and how it would even be better just on a nutrition basis.
At the end of the day, guys, this is supposed to be healthy.
Yes.
The bodybuilding is supposed to be healthy. That's the whole premise of it. Anybody out there who is bodybuilding and is unhealthy, in my opinion, is not bodybuilding.
Okay.
You're body destroying. You know, what are you building?
Right.
You're building an outer shell, but your insides are all, destroyed, and liver's all messed up, and kidneys, and we just had 2 deaths last week in bodybuilding. Rich Piano, God rest his soul, and may he rest in peace. At 46 years old, man. I had some complications. I'm not sure what the specifics are, and I don't want to get these rumors out here started. But they had to put him in a medically induced coma.
Oh my goodness.
And we're having a hard time resuscitating him because of his enlarged heart.
Oh goodness.
So circulation wasn't going through it. I know that for a fact, that they had a real hard time bringing him back because the heart was just too large for the body. And then previous 2 days before that, if I'm not mistaken, I think it was 2 or 3 days, Dallas McCarver, 26 years old.
26. Oh my goodness.
Was found choking in his hotel room by one of his training partners, and they're trying to say he was choking on food. Honestly, I think Dallas was having respiratory issues. He had some previously at the Arnold, Australia, had collapsed on stage, and then now he was having difficulty breathing. So they're saying, I don't know if it's him choking on food. I mean, that'd be a hell of a chicken bone. But God rest his soul. A kid, 26 years, barely getting started in life. This guy had a promising future, humongous. He was 330 pounds. Walking around at 7.5% body fat.
Man.
Just humongous. But then again, he wasn't a natural athlete.
So he had to train really hard.
Well, it wasn't that. It was just, I think there were some complications on what he was doing.
Okay.
And the stuff he was putting in his body.
Okay.
And I'll go ahead and just say that. I don't care. I'm just going to, if it's an elephant in the room, let's go ahead and announce it, okay?
Yeah.
The guy was 26 years old. There's no reason why this guy should be choking on food, dying.
And collapsing on stage.
And just got through doing a bodybuilding contest.
Right.
There's been a lot of deaths that have been related to it. Of course, no one wants to point the finger, especially the industry, at the anabolics. They just don't want to point the finger. But
yeah, definitely.
they don't want to do it because then it's going to.
It's a big portion.
Well, this is a multi-billion-dollar
Yeah,
industry we're
money
talking
making
about here.
That's
Yeah.
why
Go there.
Right.
when I go to the gym,
That's
I
right.
don't take nothing. Like I'll eat extra. I'll grill. That's what I do. I grill meat
Sure.
to get my extra protein.
Sure.
And if I want extra protein, I don't.
I mean, you could take. There's supplements out there, but I'm referring to actual drugs, man.
Man,
I'm referring to stuff that changes your DNA.
Right.
You know what I mean?
Chemical
stuff
changes.
that's synthetically made to enlarge muscles.
But then you don't know where.
But the
else it
side
goes
effects, you know what I
into
mean?
your body.
Unless you've got a chemist on hand and you're getting consistent blood work done, and you got somebody that knows exactly what they're doing, and it's prescribed by an actual PhD or a MD, you're just taking a chance. And I wish you the best. But it is extremely dangerous. And the reason I wanted to bring this up on the show today is hopefully it hits some people out there, some of these youngsters. That think that it's all good to go out there and hop on some juice real quick, get big real quick, and I'll be cool. It's not that simple. It's extremely complicated, extremely dangerous. If you're not 25 years old, you shouldn't even be taking steroids, because as a man, your genetic potential isn't even reached yet.
Right, because you still have growth spurts.
You still got growth spurts, man. So take advantage of that first, and then if you're going to decide to do it after the fact. But maximize your natural potential first.
After 25 years of age.
Yeah, you know what I mean, and then you'll be able to determine if this is the way you want to go or not. So that's my message out there is be smart, guys. I'm all for natural. And that's what I do. I'm not hating on anybody. I know quite a few people who do stuff, and that's not my business. That's their business. And that's not what this is about. My message is, hey, let's save some lives. Let's use some logic, and let's do our homework before we decide to go ahead and involve in something. And here's another thing. If you're on steroids and you make all these gains, guess what? When you get off of them, bye-bye gains.
Yeah.
So you have to literally take this stuff for the rest of your life. Do you honestly believe that 20 years of using anabolic steroids will not have any side effects on your body? I'm talking internally. We're talking about an enlarged heart. We're talking about a poisoned liver, kidneys working overtime all the time, your respiratory system, increased cholesterol.
Oh, goodness.
So you have to take all these things into account. Now you got to take other drugs to counteract the drugs you're taking.
Right.
Yep.
So now I don't get it. Where's the health part at?
Right, because then you're pumping yourself with more drugs.
Yeah, I don't get the health. Where's that healthy line at? And I just don't see
It's
that.
definitely not natural health.
Right. It certainly isn't. And remember, at the end of the day, this is all about being healthy. That's literally what the entire ordeal is, and that's what we're trying to get people to jump on board
to
on.
understand
All right.
that aspect
So,
of it.
real quick, do you have anybody you look up to in the bodybuilding game? The senator of California, Governor Arnold
Oh, the
Schwarzenegger?
governor. I like Arnold not just for bodybuilding. Now, don't get me wrong. He was the first bodybuilder I ever
Yeah.
seen. It was on a magazine. I don't know what mag it was. It was black and white. That's how old it was.
Oh, okay.
All right, I'm still aging myself here. But Arnold Schwarzenegger was the first bodybuilder I ever seen, and I was just mesmerized. It was just incredible to see. I've always been a superhero fan. I like the Hulk and Superman, the strong guys.
Yes.
But Arnold was real life.
It was real life, yeah.
And I was like, my God, who is this?
I saw him in Conan O'Brien. Or no, not
Conan the Barbarian.
Conan the Barbarian.
Yeah. And he was actually prepping for a show in that movie. He was doing the 1980 Olympia that year.
Yes.
But, he was obviously Arnold's the first bodybuilder for a lot of us. But as I got into bodybuilding, I idolized a guy by the name of Lee Haney.
Oh, yeah.
He's an 8-time Mr. Olympia champion.
Yeah.
Who is that?
Lee Haney,
His arm is
totally
like a
awesome.
body.
He's out of Atlanta, Georgia.
Is that the one who's been winning?
No, Lee's not competing
is a
anymore. Lee's old school.
older one?
Lee's back in the 80s, man.
Okay.
But his body, the guy was 254 pounds with a 32-inch waist. So those
Yeah.
proportions right there alone got me. He was able to hit a vacuum pose at that weight.
Oh, my God.
You don't see a lot of vacuum poses anymore on stage.
And which one's that?
A vacuum pose is when you suck in your stomach and you bring it all damn near to your spine. And you come in, you can suck it in. These guys now have six-packs, but they're sticking out further than their chest, which is a turnoff, which is why now there's classic bodybuilding, which is awesome because now you can only weigh so much based on your height.
Oh.
Absolutely. So I think that's awesome. They're trying to keep the confinements of the waist in control to make the body look more aesthetically appealing because that's what the general public likes. I don't want to walk around looking like a turtle.
And that's why I was saying when I was bodybuilding, I was like, I don't want to get big.
No.
It's weird because I was going for a look,
Sure.
like, how do I get this
Sure.
look? And I was just like, you work out your abs, but then the abs is muscle, they'll grow. So
Yeah.
it's like, how do I get this?
Right.
The vacuum look.
That's
vacuum
body
look.
sculpting.
Yeah.
Now the vacuum itself is you have to practice your vacuum. It won't come naturally. You actually have to. It's an exercise that you do while you're working out, and it's extremely difficult to do because you have to control your stomach while you're breathing hard. So that's very, very, very difficult to do, and it takes time. But more importantly, is what you were saying as far as the V taper look. You can actually create a V taper if you increase your shoulder width, add some more muscle on your shoulders, increase your back. It'll make your waist look smaller. Remember, bodybuilding is all illusion. You're on stage, and remember, we're hiding weaknesses and showcasing strengths.
Interesting.
So you know how you pivot, how you turn, how you pose will make your body look a specific way. That being said, I hold true-heartedly on my aesthetic appeal. I definitely want to keep my aesthetics. I think that's the reason why I've been winning shows. I took 4th last year in the World Championships. I'll be competing again this year.
How many countries compete in that?
Last year was 15. This year would be 21 countries.
Oh, nice.
And they have teams.
Wow.
No, they have bodybuilding teams.
Okay. Oh.
It's really an individual sport. But Italy had a whole team. They had jumpsuits, hats, T-shirts. China had a team. Japan had a team.
They were on them packs.
Germany had a team. The United Kingdom
They're
came
like
through.
a
They had
big-
a. I was like, wait, we need a team in the U.S.
Yeah, we do.
We're all just doing our own thing over here. But from what I understand, the United States has some of the strongest and best bodies in the world right here, and in California, especially in the natural circuit.
Beach
think about
bodies.
making a
I'm just saying a lot of the top ranked bodybuilders that are natural come out of this state, literally. So I didn't know that. I didn't know that. I guess
I could believe that.
You ever think about contacting them, saying, "Hey, I'm going to make a team so that when we go, we're
Well-
going to take an American team."
Well, sure. Absolutely. I'm actually in the works right now with the WNBF to actually promote my own show.
Absolutely.
Which will be next year, and we're looking at a couple of venue spot right now. I'm in discussion with them now, in Stockton.
Yeah.
We're going to call it the Central Valley Classic.
Stockton be doing things.
We're going to call it the
Yes,
Central
sir.
Valley Classic. I'm looking for sponsors.
Central Valley Classic.
You know what I mean? Try to promote good health and living here in Stockton and in Central Valley. There's no representation out here. There's not even an NPC representation out here. So,
Wow.
you
But
know,
you will be it.
I'll be
Yeah,
it.
you would-
Yeah, I'd be all the way from Sac all the way to Fresno, folks. Now Fresno has some representation, but Merced doesn't. Atwater doesn't. Ripon doesn't. Livingston doesn't. Modesto doesn't.
Wow.
Lodi doesn't. You know what I mean? Manteca doesn't have representation.
Wow.
Stockton definitely doesn't. So Ocampo doesn't. Neither does Waterloo.
And
So
you have a lot coming out from
there's
those areas.
there people live out there who go to the gym and who are thinking about competing, but the shows in New York, you know what I mean, or in Washington,
Right.
and it's just hard to get there, especially if you don't have a sponsor. Travel is expensive. Plus, you got hotel stay, and then you got to travel when you get there. So you got to get a rental car just to do a show,
Yes.
and you got to pay to do the show.
Yes.
So I wanted to bring an avenue here in Stockton, or in the Central Valley for that matter, where athletes can actually come and showcase their skills on a natural setting. That is something I've been desiring to do for years, and it looks like it might actually come true. So I'm
see it
pretty,
happening.
yeah, I'm pretty excited about that. But I got to
So
get out
let-
there and hit this payment, and get these numbers going. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Yeah.
So we definitely, I've seen you, from what I know you to do, when you want to do something, you get it done. You'll get to doing it.
Yes, ma'am.
So that's why I see.
Yes,
this.
ma'am.
And you definitely have, the energy, the knowledge, and the networking skills and communication to bring it all together. And it's just a matter of finding representatives in these different areas. But you guys, he's looking for sponsors. If you guys want to get on board, this is a great venture. It's something to look into, and it's something to.
Well, it's also a good idea to showcase some of it. Like for instance,
And bringing that healthy back.
Max Muscle, for example, or Prep House. With Mike and those guys who do the prep meals and so forth. Be a great opportunity for them to actually come out and show people, hey, this is what we do, and we're right here.
Shout out.
I'm definitely trying to get as much local business involved, because that's what this is all about, is building this city up in a positive manner and in a healthy manner, and let people know that, hey, you know what, we actually got something out here. And we got something that we can be proud of.
Yep.
Nice.
Something. It's a great legacy to leave for the kids.
Yeah, that's what I was thinking. The next generation can.
The next generation can see that, hey, you know what, this is something I can shoot for. Yeah, right.
Yeah.
There's more out here than just getting drunk.
Yep.
Or whatever you're doing. You can live a healthy lifestyle and still have fun doing it.
And travel doing it. Too.
Absolutely. And you never know, you might pick up a sponsor as an athlete.
Yeah, I support
And end up making money, and now we got you on these magazines and so forth. So that's my venture plan. That's it. I plan on competing this November 21st at the World Championships in Boston, Massachusetts. Hopefully we can bring that back to the West Coast.
Yes.
That'd be totally awesome, and I think that would then solidify my little rankings here. I take it kind of personal.
Okay.
Yeah,
Real
definitely.
quick before we get off the show, you're gonna have to show us a pose or something, man. You're gonna have to. I do this with everybody when they got some talent, some something, man. You're gonna have to show us what you're working with.
I'm not in contest shape now. I'm working towards it. The show's not till November, but
Show us a little something.
Yeah, I can show
There
you.
you
One of your
go.
best.
There you go.
Okay. Natural.
Yeah, all natural.
Natural.
All natural. I don't know how much I weigh right now. I started 4 weeks ago.
Oh, we gonna start
264
competing,
pounds,
Alex.
so.
You're next. Oh, I'm gonna hit my.
So when they do a pose like that, what is it that they're actually flexing that the judges are looking at when they do that? When they bring up a certain pose, because like
Your
you see
body
it.
fat.
Right.
Well, they're looking at the musculature first off. And matter of fact, the Battle of the Bay show coming up, I'm gonna judge that show.
Okay.
I'll be one of the judges.
Sweet.
So what we're looking for, say you are doing a pose, whatever the pose may be, we're looking to see, number one, are you balanced? Hey, like for instance, I did a bicep pose. Well, is the bicep overpowering the tricep? Is there a distinctive split that you can differentiate between the bicep and the tricep in the first place?
Okay.
Wow.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
How do the abs look in comparison to the bicep? Is he able to hold his midsection in? About the legs. Are the legs detailed enough? You know what I mean? Is the V-taper there? You know what I mean? You have to look at the entire package and not just one muscle.
Right.
So you're looking at the whole physique. So at
the
any
pose
pose you're
brings out
doing,
certain
you need to make sure you're balanced with that pose, regardless, and showing it at its strength. If that requires you to pivot your hips a little bit to the left, to the right, extend the arm out further, or bring the arm in. There are posing clinics out there. Matter of fact, I might be hosting one soon.
There you go.
There you go.
There are posing clinics out there to strengthen your posing so that you can display it at your best. And one pose may work good for me, but not for you. Your body composition, your structure may be
Right.
different than mine.
Right.
Your muscle insertions are different. Everyone's are. Nobody has the same body, and that's we're all in this looking for the perfect body, and there really isn't one. But I'm damn sure going to try really hard.
Right.
So the best body I can put up there.
What's the Netflix special called? The working out, well, whatever it's called. It's there's this competition, I guess. The one that Arnold's.
The Olympia?
Is that the main one?
The main
He
mainstream
was the first
bodybuilding
one to
is
win it.
no.
Arnold Schwarzenegger was the first one to win it when it started.
No, that would be Larry Scott actually. But Arnold Schwarzenegger was the third Mr. Olympia in history.
That's what it is, Mr.
Yes, the Mr. Olympia contest. That's happening actually this month on the 29th. We're 2 weeks out.
Are you going to
Now
be joining
those
us?
dudes
I don't know. We were
massive.
thinking we went year before last. No, we went last year.
Okay.
It's in Las Vegas. So we did go last year and had a great time out in Vegas with that venue, and the expo they have is outstanding. We might go. I'm not sure. We didn't really plan on it. We were trying to do a little vacation thing, go to SD this year instead of going to Vegas.
Instead of working.
but there's so much competition
Yeah.
now, and especially with this new classic physique division, I'm really interested in it because that fits me. I'd have to be 220 at my height. Well, guess what my stage weight is?
What's that?
220. So I actually want to come in at. I'll be 220 for this next show. That's exactly the maximum amount that I can weigh for the classic division if I decided to go there. Again, I'd be competing against guys who are not natural though. But I like my organization. We're growing now. It's way bigger on the East Coast than it is out here. If you go to the East Coast, natural bodybuilding is huge, and in the Midwest.
Oh, interesting.
It's really slow in California. It's brand new out here, in my opinion. A lot of people don't even know it
That's a
exists.
beautiful thing
Yeah, I
because
had
it's
no
an
idea.
untapped market.
It is an untapped market.
And for you to come in with what you have and the experience that you have and the longevity that you had in the industry,
Yes.
really would make you that go-to person when they're looking for somebody in our area.
Sure.
That needs to know what's what when they're
Right.
getting into the sport,
Right.
and versus being misled by other people who think that they know or want to participate but don't have that experience
Right.
and or knowledge. They definitely would like. I would say come see you. Come see Pierce Adams. If you guys have not had a chance to get in touch with him, he has his own fitness facility, and if you can give him that location.
Sure, it's at 4045 Coronado Avenue. That's right here in Stockton.
4045.
Coronado Avenue. It's literally on the corner of Enterprise and Coronado. Here's a lamp. Do you know where the bowling alley is and Deja Vu Strip Club is?
Oh, yeah.
Okay, there's a street across. Everyone knows where that is.
Post office?
There's
By the post office.
there's
You
a
keep going all the way down.
a church
Yeah, there's a church and on the corner and a bakery.
outlet.
Right.
Oh, yeah, okay.
And you just keep going all the way till you get to the stop sign. When you get to the stop sign, it's pulling the driveway.
So it's in the back.
It's in the back. It's
Okay.
in the cuts.
Little back.
Yeah, it's in the cuts. Very private. My clients love that part because number one, it doesn't look like a gym.
Right.
It won't look like a gym. And number two, nobody can just come in there.
Right.
So 98% of my clientele is female, which is ironic. I have a couple of guys, literally, but the rest of everyone else is all female. And for some unknown reason, women love group training and they love privacy.
It is so true. I've been going to the gym with my sister and stuff. But I went last night by myself, and really, I only went and ran about a mile and a half,
Yeah.
and did some stretching out. And because I was there by myself, I did not want to go hit the weights.
Sure.
And that's what I like to do. I like to hit the weights.
Right.
And I didn't want to go back there in that area.
You feel intimidated.
Well, I wasn't so much intimidated. I just Well, maybe I was. No, I wasn't intimidated. I just was by myself, and I didn't really want to. I just didn't want to be in the area by myself. I don't know if it's intimidation or not, but
Well, it doesn't mean you're afraid.
It's like I didn't really have like a spotter or anything with me, so it's like I don't want to put myself in a position where I'm gonna like find myself getting injured or struggling because I'm over there doing something and.
Trying to push yourself and go beyond what you've been doing, but you have no safety measures in place. Is that correct?
There's nobody there with me to spot
That's
me.
a training partner, which is why I think women really do like group training.
Yes.
Absolutely. And why people hire, why I'm in business in the first place.
There you go.
You know, I'm there to push you, but also to make sure you're safe.
Yeah.
And that you're performing the exercise correctly and you're not hurting yourself trying to better yourself.
Well, I hope everybody had a great time joining us here, KXVS Morning Show, Rise and Shine 209, with our special guest, Pierce Adams. I really was hoping that, and he did. He hit every point to share with you guys and what he's doing, what he's bringing to our area, where you can find him. So, again, it's Gorilla Training Systems. It's group training. He does one-on-one training. He has contest preparations. He is certified. He's a certified personal trainer with the WNBF, which is the World Natural
Bodybuilding Federation.
And he is a nutrition coach. You can find him on the advertisements that we have put up, and he just shout out his address at 4045 Coronado. And if you guys want to check out any of his competitions, he's got a couple of his competitors coming up October 14th, the Battle of the Bay in San Ramon.
Yes.
You can check his website, check out his Instagram,
and my
Facebook, and find out where you can get tickets, what the address is, where you can go. And please look to your people. And if you want to sponsor, he's coming with the Central Valley Classics, looking to bring a representative to the area to just represent all of the people in our Central Valley area.
That's absolutely correct.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
Thank you so much.
Nice.
For
Hey, thanks for having me on the show today, guys. It was fun.
All right, now we're going to get out here. This show is brought to you by MF Comedy, Laughs on the Ave, September 21st. That's a Thursday night, ladies and gentlemen, and it is only $5 to get in. We have a hilarious feature act, Terry Dorsey, coming up, and even funnier, Jay Rich, both from the Bay. It's going to be a good day. Y'all have a good day. Rise and Shine 209.
All right. Have a good weekend.
Here at KXVS, broadcasting from Stone Tube Studios, is the voice of Stockton.